Hey, what's up everyone? Evil here with another video. So lately, since I've been back on Onigiri for maybe a week, I've been getting some questions about how to unlock the smelting option that Yoshi has. Uh, in the past, I've had some experiences with this where the game is kind of bugged, where it won't give me the option to do the smelting, and there isn't really a lot of clear information online as to how to troubleshoot this, how to get around this. And sometimes even some of my friends from the past, they've run into this problem where they just didn't know that smelting was an option, and they'll just power level through the whole game. They'll get to really far in the game and they don't realize that they could smelt weapons, and then when they come back they don't remember where the quest line is or where to go and so forth. So I want to make this video or whatnot, but also I wanted to do this video from the beginning to where it actually unlocks. So in other words, I'll be starting a new character and I'll show you kind of the step-by-step I guess steps that are required to get the quest to unlock, and it's very specific and it's very finicky. So I'm gonna hopefully show it to you in the quickest way I can. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna create a new character. I'm not gonna bother with a lot of this, so I'm just gonna skip through it. So for this video I'm gonna be playing as a wand user, just because it feels more comfortable and it's quicker to kind of get through the early stages because of the weapon availability that you get right from the beginning. So we'll go ahead and start our character. We'll go through the intro. Nothing special there. So I'm gonna be skipping a lot of this dialogue as much as I can, as quickly as I can, so we can sort of get to the parts that are important, basically. So something that's important, just a pro tip. When you have the chat on all, it really slows the game down a lot. So whenever possible, put the chat on whisper, and you should be able to bypass a lot of the lag that or the latency that's due to the game having to load to the server. So we'll go ahead and put that on whisper. And then if you notice in that past fight, I was picking up some of the weapon pieces. When you start out, it's really important to pick up the weapon pieces as they are unidentified at the moment, but when you identify them, they become weapons. So it's RNG weapons. Sometimes you get some good stuff, sometimes you don't. But these weapons are going to be helpful for us because we're going to use them to level up one of the weapon to level 10 in order to trigger Yoshi to give us the smelting quest. Alright, so keep that in mind. So right from the beginning we're going to want to do these small quests here. So this identification quest is going to be important because it's going to help us identify these weapons here so that we could enhance or level up other weapons that will get us to the smelting option. Alright, so we'll do that. Okay, we'll also unlock the storage as well. Okay, good. So now we have the first sort of story quests going. So the thing it's going to want us to do is equip this. I'm going to take some time to change my weapons around real quick here so it becomes a little bit faster. Hey, what's up people? Welcome to my stream. I'm glad you're here. So the reason why I'm streaming this is because I've been getting a lot of questions from people who have been asking me how to unlock the smelting option from Yoshi. Like I said in the very beginning, sometimes people bypass a lot of the story and they kind of, because of the way that the leveling works in this game, you can really speed past a lot of the game, and because of that you may miss out on an option for smelt, and then when you come back to it you may not remember, or it may become we probably like won't remember where to unlock it from, or how to unlock it within the story, because this all happens at the very beginning of the story, where things may not necessarily make a whole lot of sense at the moment. So I'm gonna turn the volume down just a bit here. Oops. So I'm gonna go 5 on these guys and 30 here. So so that we can hear each other better. Yeah. So anyways, so this stream I'm gonna go from a new character all the way to the very first point, or should I say the point where smelting is unlocked. And then, like I said, it's very finicky. You have to talk to Yoshi in the second town in order for her to unlock this. It won't happen in any other town. It's really, really weird. I think it has to do with the programming of how they did that. So they probably programmed it where it does a check to see if you complete a certain condition. So let's say there's like 3 or 4 conditions. So it checks the condition, and one of the conditions that you can't unlock it at the very first town. So they made it so that you can't unlock on the very first town, but that means that it's checking to see if you're at the second town, and that's where it officially unlocks from. But if you blew past that second town, you may not know that, and then you'll never actually discover it, because the towns later on you won't have the option to unlock it, because it's been coded to unlock only in that town. So anyways, that's how it works. So anyways, inside this mission, inside this quest or this dungeon here, there's also another quest that she gives you for repair. So make sure you talk to her and do the repair quest. Okay, so now that she's gone, we're gonna go ahead and complete this dungeon. Not sure why I'm already out of SP. Alright, cool. So we've cleared that. I'm gonna try my best to go through this as quickly as possible. So like I said, I'm gonna be skipping a lot of these cutscenes, a lot of this talking, so that we can just get to where we want to be. Alright, so we're gonna just leave dungeon here. Oh, also, some people have been messaging me and asking me why I keep switching weapons as I'm fighting. And the reason is because when you first start out, you don't have a lot of skills at your disposal. So the best skill that I have as a staff user, or I'm sorry, a wand user, is this Fireball 1 skill right here. And you see, when I use it, I have a bit of cooldown time that I have to wait in order to use the second skill again, see? But if I have another weapon that has the same skill, I could actually switch to that weapon and use that skill from the second weapon. And so I just keep switching back and forth so that I avoid the cooldown. See that? So then when I switch back to the other one, I have, well, if I had enough SP, I'd technically have the ability to use that that fireball move again. So especially when you're beginning, you may not have a lot of skills at your disposal. This is a really easy way to kind of help boost your DPS and improve your time. Okay, so anyways, going back to here, so after we unlock this, we want to do these two quests that our NPC friends here have. So the first one is to give friendships, and the second one is to enhance weapon from Yoshi. Okay, so we'll unlock both of these right now, and then we'll talk to Lady Suzuka again. We will, sorry, not identify. We will give a present, and we'll give her the present here, level her up, and then she'll have some dialogue for us, which is great. So, okay, so that quest is done. So now, this is the important one. We're gonna want to do an enhancement. So just pick one of your weapons here. Drop a few weapons in here for her to enhance. This should get it to level 1, about 50%. Yeah, so that's great. That's just enough to trigger her to do the speech dialogue and then complete that quest for you here. Okay, so those two quests are really important to complete, so make sure you complete those. Alright. So then we continue with the quest line. We're gonna go to the rest area. We're gonna talk to Moruku, I believe is his name, and then we're gonna clear another dungeon, get him to sort of leave the rest area because of imminent danger to the area due to some yokai being there. Anyways, short bit of the story if you were interested. That area, by the way, is always super laggy. So if you're in channel 1, so you can see the channel up here. So if you're in channel 1 in Onigashima, expect there to be a lot of lag. So whenever possible, especially in Onigashima, I tend to kind of change channels to maybe channel 2 or channel 3 before I start moving about in that area, just because of the sheer amount of people there and just the lag. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Lady Suzuka away, just so that we don't have any lag issues. And then I'm gonna just kind of remove some of these quests from the log. Oh man, the lag, the latency on this game is so ridiculous. So anyways, I did that so that I would only see one sort of quest detail over here, which is our main story quest. Alright. So let's continue on. We'll follow the arrow. Nothing exciting here. Just gonna ignore these guys. So one thing that's new that wasn't around when I was playing the game is that the enemies actually have little icons on top of their name, or well, next to their name, which tells them what kind of monster type they are. So I believe there's like a couple of them, like the beast type, like there's a ghost type. It's kind of like Pokemon, where they have like different types and different affinities. So I don't know how everything kind of plays together yet. It's been too long since I've been back, so I haven't really looked into it. But supposedly you're supposed to do more damage to that type of monster using a specific action or skill. So I think that's how it works. I would assume that's how it works. That's generally how it works in other MMOs, so it's just my guess. Alright, so nothing special here. We're just gonna complete the story quest to advance. Okay, so we're gonna skip this. Then he's gonna want us to prove ourselves, so we're gonna have to clear a dungeon. I will say that Dark and I are pretty good buddies, and we oftentimes talk about this game and reminiscing the old days of, being in this game, how it was like farming, the countless hours and so many nights that we put in to play this game, and the struggles really. And so finally, we decided, okay, you know what? Let's come back and see what's new in the game. We did that first stream, and of course, Dark's mic had issues, so his voice wasn't coming through. But yeah, just being on that stream just kind of remind me of how much fun it is to kind of be in this game, even though there's a lot of issues with the game. Just kind of be in the game and playing with your buddies. I think that's just something that's really nice. This game, it really encourages people to play together, even though it doesn't outright say it. It kind of increases, the difficulty spike increases really fast, and it almost wants you or pushes you to play with other people, to join up, to clear the dungeons together. But it doesn't really tell you that, and it doesn't really make it inherent that that's what it's trying to do. But really, this is a MMO game after all, and you should be playing with other people. It just makes it more fun that way. Alright, so as you can see, I'm collecting a lot of these unidentified weapons, and so we're gonna need a certain number of them when we get to the second town in order to get our weapon to level 10. This crab guy is pretty easy for the most part. Just dodge and roll and you should be good to go, like that. Alright. Just gonna wait for him to say that, and then we are out of here. Alright, cool. So we'll head back to the town. While I'm at it, I'm gonna allocate some points here. Just kind of speed things up, help us along the way. Oh, nice. Nice skills, buddy. Alright, just gonna beeline it to the rest area. It does feel good to be back in the game, but there's still a lot of things that just aren't that great, I would say. Still, latency is definitely still an issue. I haven't been DC'd yet, knock on wood. Usually you get DC'd or you get this loading screen glitch where it just wouldn't load. You'd be stuck in this area in that screen, and it just would be stuck, and then you'd have to like kill the game from the PlayStation menu and then reopen the game. And it really sucks because let's say you're going into a dungeon together and you load through a bunch of the screens and you get to the final boss, and the portal to the boss, you get loading glitch, or your buddies are already in there and they're waiting for you, and you basically glitch out, and now you have to hard reboot the game in order to come back to the action, which kind of sucks. So yeah, that hasn't happened to me yet. So hopefully they fix that. Other than that, things are still pretty much the same. I do notice that they made the game a lot easier for new players. So maybe later on I'll do a video on how to power level in this game due to all the new stuff that's available to new players. So I tried it out before, but there's this, I wouldn't say it's a trick, but there's a special dungeon that you can do that gives you a ton of XP. And you can easily level from level 1 to level 100, I say within a few days, if that. So okay, we're gonna clear this dungeon now. After clearing this dungeon, we should have the new area unlocked, so we should be really close to going to the second town, so we can unlock the smelting option. So real quick, I'm just gonna check. Do I have any skill points? I can do 1. Alright, that's fine. A tip in that room right there, if you killed the big Daruma in the middle, you don't have to kill the ones on the side. But I want to kill them because they have a chance to drop unidentified weapons for me, and I kind of need as many as I can get right now. Alright, so we're gonna clear these guys out pretty quickly. Alright, so there was 2 there. That's good. By the way, to get to these items down below here to the right hand corner, you press left and right on the control stick or on the D-pad, and this is your food, what you can use to like heal your health or heal your mana or SP. So these will heal SP. So I'm gonna get some SP when I come into this room, as there's a lot of them. And so, as you can, I'm trying to use the SP pod, but as you can see, there's an animation that goes with it. And if you're running while that animation is, while you're using that item, it kind of glitches out. It doesn't use the item, but it still goes on cooldown. It's kind of stupid. So here, watch. So I'm running, I'm trying to press square to use. Okay, that was a bad example. But anyways, while you're in combat, when you use it, it's not gonna stop your character. It's basically gonna try to use the item, and then it says, "Oh, you're actually fighting." So it acts like it uses the item, but it actually doesn't. But the item will still go on cooldown, which really sucks because when you actually do need the item at that moment, you can't use it because it's on cooldown. It's especially bad when you have high level items that require a longer cooldown period and you can't use it. It sucks. So that's still a bug ish. Alright, so we got some more weapons there, which is good. Alright, so before we enter this room, I'm just gonna give myself a little bit more boost here. Anything helps. This is where I would say like the first challenge boss is, because he has some mechanics that kind of really makes you play the game and understand the mechanics of the game, like dodging or blocking or draw distance, right? So like when he does that breath thing, you have to be outside of a certain area, else you're gonna get hit. So stuff like that. He's being really good right now. So I'm out of SP again. So I'm gonna take another drink. Oh man, out of SP again. Alright. Okay, cool. So we beat him. That's good. So that should be the last dungeon that we need. Okay, so when you hear it, make sure you talk to him. You gotta stand really close to talk to him, else it doesn't count the clear. Okay. Get out of here. I can't remember if they actually changed the loading screen. I think in the past there was only one loading screen, and that's all you've ever saw. I do also really like the intro screen, or the sort of the splash page when you start the game up. That picture looks really cool. It'd be really nice as a wallpaper. Okay, so anyways, we have done everything we need to at this point in order to unlock smelting. So let's go ahead and get to the second area, and as soon as we get to the second area, we can unlock the smelting option. Boy, the amount of time we spend in the loading screen. Okay. It's a bit of running here. Kinda sucks as a new player or beginning player. Like, not really a whole lot of instructions on how to play the game, and there's even less instruction how to be good at the game. There's a lot of mechanics in this game that the game doesn't teach you, and not a lot of sort of examples in the community. For example, skills, how to get the same 3 skills on a weapon. So let's say I wanted Fireball 5. All 3 on all 3 slots of a weapon. How do I do that? The game really doesn't teach you, but there's a trick to do that. And some of the more advanced players will know what I'm talking about. But basically, there's a limitation on the game where you can't have the same skill on a weapon more than once. So in other words, you can't technically find a weapon natively in game that has the same skill. So for example, Fireball 1. So I can only have that once on this weapon. So of the 3 slots available, Fireball 1 is only available once. So you wouldn't find a weapon natively, like when you identify where it says Fireball 1 on slot 1 and then Fireball 1 on slot 2. You wouldn't see that. But you can actually get the game to allow you to have multiple versions of Fireball on the weapon. So you would want to put like Fireball, let's say you wanted Fireball 5. All 3 slots to have Fireball 5. So these slots right here. You would put Fireball 5 on one of the slots, then you would get a Fireball 4 card, and then you would put that on, and then you would get a Fireball 3 card and put that on. So then your weapon would have Fireball 3, 4, and 5. And then when you do the smelting option, you do the I think like skill up option. It costs a lot more Rio to do, but what it does is it takes your lowest skill and it bumps it up 1 rank. So then the level 3 will become level 4. So suddenly when you do that the first smelt, now you have a level 5 and 2 level 4s. And then you smelt 2 more times and use the same skill up options. Now both your level 4s become level 5s. Now suddenly you have 3 skills of Fireball 5 on your weapon, which is really, really cool. So then instead of having to switch weapons like what I'm doing, you just basically cycle through your skills and you would have all your skills available. Alright, so anyways, we've reached the second town. This is Kumaso village. We're going to talk to the chief up here, and we're going to skip the dialogue as much as possible. And then skip this. Okay, so at this point right here, this is where smelting is available to unlock. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to Lady Shizuka. We're going to identify all the weapons that we have. So hopefully I have enough here. So we're going to give her everything here. I think I have enough. 17. Yeah. Okay, so we've identified everything. We're going to get out of this menu. We're going to talk to Yoshi. And then we're going to do weapon enhancement. So this is my level 1 enhancement so far. So I'm just gonna feed it a couple of items here, and this should pretty much do it. Oh, got to level 6. By the way, pro tip, you can actually see what levels it already becomes without looking at this stupid animation. You could tell that it becomes level 6 up here immediately when you're doing the enhancements. So like right here, as soon as I click enhance, this is level 6 right now. I click enhance, I click OK, I can see that it's going to be level 8. So I don't need to look at this. So kind of a little bit of a trick. So I'm going to feed it these junky weapons to get it to level 10. So when you don't see anything here, it's max level to whatever you have available. So now it's enhancement level 10. Very good. So as soon as you do this, as soon as you close, she's going to have a dialogue for you. And then smelting will be immediately available, as you can see. Alright. So then you can talk to her. And now you have the smelting option available right away. So it's not a quest or anything. At least as far as what I know, there is a quest that is kind of hidden behind the scene when you do your first smelt. But when you look at the quest log, it's nowhere to be seen, right? So there's no quest for smelting, to be honest. But when you do your first smelt, it will tell you that you have completed a quest, I believe. So let's go ahead and smelt our first weapon. I don't have anything to smelt with, unfortunately. But anyways, you smelt the weapon and she should give you another dialogue of some sort. But yeah, there you have it. So smelting is unlocked right here. So the same requirements are still there. You need her to in fact, actually you don't even need to give her any friendships. I didn't give her any friendships. She is level 1 right now, but it needs to be here So the Oni Odachi quest also was not needed. All you need is actually to be here in this town. Oh my god. To be here in this town to have an enhanced weapon that's level 10, and then you talk to her as soon as you enhance it to level 10. Now, if you've already passed this point, what you do is you come back to this town, this very spot here, and then you talk to her. Just buy a random weapon. Just, I don't know, buy some sort of weapon that you can quickly enhance to level 10, and then do the enhancement to level 10 through her, and then see if that option pops up for you. And that's how I was able to get the option to come up for me last time that I skipped a bunch of the story. Then I came back, I realized I didn't have smelting, which is a problem. Then I came back, I did some research. I thought that it would unlock in Onigashima, the first town, but after a lot of time of searching and kind of trial and error, I came back here, and surely enough, it unlocks here. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I know a lot of people get really confused. There's not a whole lot of instructions online about what to do. A lot of people just kind of speculate. I'll be honest, I did the same before, which is just kind of going through the gauntlet of options that are available, like just figuring out, like, well, maybe her friendship level, or maybe you need to do a certain quest before it unlocks. There's a lot of these sort of questions that are behind it. So hopefully this will answer some questions that you have about unlocking it. Really, there's only a few requirements, and the one that everyone gets bugged up on is the fact that you need to be here in this town, in the second town, Kumaso Village, in order to unlock smelting. So anyways, hopefully that helped. Again, this is Evil, and I had a lot of fun making this video. Hopefully I can make a few more videos in the future and help out the community. I really do enjoy this game. I've missed playing this game. I put a lot of hours into it, and it feels good to be back. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys again soon. Alright, peace.